And we're live, Steve. Are you there? I see your Tongs here.
Hey,
Hey Tongs, how you doing?
how's it going?
I'm going well. You've had a good week, I'm guessing.
Yep, so
Excellent.
far.
That's good. That's real good. Clunks, I see Clunks in here. Hell yeah. Oh, Clunks got first. All right. I'll definitely add you to the first and a second, Clunky. We should do the recap of what went on last week. Steve and I are actually talking about this. It was a little bit harder to remember than the other weeks, but I think we've got it down pat. It's going to turn down the game volume a little bit.
We've never done it before, but we did cheat this time. Where, because I think when we stopped, I was thinking because you said this one's going to be hard to remember, and I've gone, no, it's this one event makes it so that it. And then I was thinking today, and I've gone, I can only remember bits of the middle, but I can't remember what we did or where we ended up. And I was scratching my head, and then the mixture of we did the whole what did we do together before this, and also I looked up the last tail end of the stream itself, or the VOD. So yeah, we cheated for this one.
Yeah, I brainstormed. That's because for everyone that knows us, we basically spitball it at the start of every episode to recap. We don't talk about it beforehand, and just what comes out comes out. It's sometimes we know what's going on, sometimes we don't. All good though, all good. Psycho, welcome in. I just need to quickly add a source for first. I didn't add it to this one. We've got to get Clunky in there for sure. Where is it? All right. So, Steve, you want to give the rundown? What happened in last week's episode?
We did some investigating, including we had a map view where we could openly go to different areas. We had to not break into. The French lady we had to visit, but for some reason we couldn't get up, and we had to figure out how to get through our door. Because we talked to her, but couldn't physically get through her door. And the flower lady told us how to at the front, and overshared about the French lady, including details like her crying herself to sleep, which is very inappropriate. So there's sort of went on like a little bit, not like still decent point and click, but not anything you really say, like just a little bit sort of treading water until we got to the hotel and had this whole section of trying to steal a parchment off the bad guy, and get it past the mobsters at the front, and one was Waluigi in costume.
Pretty much, yeah.
The other one was a DeVito, like a Joe Pesci or but doesn't look like Joe Pesci. And and also we enlisted the aid of a very posh British lady to help us fool the desk person twice altogether.
She was super valuable. Super valuable. Because whenever we were stuck, we'd go and say, "Miss, can you help us out again?" And then she's like, "Oh, of course, dear," and then go out and do it. One important thing that you didn't mention, unless I didn't hear it, but we went back in the cafe and there was a little satchel hidden behind the pipes. And when we opened it up, there was another one of those cipher riddles, and along with the cipher riddle was a key, a safe key, which opened up Tongs' safe. The one from the very first episode, which we didn't know exactly what was what. Dr. P. Pianist. How are the volume levels? Because I've had to change a few things. I installed the latest OBS, which definitely is different. If the audio is good, then we can continue. We're good to go.
And also I was in someone else's stream, and I earned a filth bag emote.
Of course.
Filth bag Steve.
You one of these?
Fuck off, Steve!
Not that one. Was the nicer one.
Um, was it someone we knew, or is it just a rando that you're just getting a filth bag comment from?
No, because it's like a pretender mic, because it was with a exclamation point. It was a dongle. Yeah, it's that one.
Excellent. We're gonna have to come up with one that's legit. I'll get Robbie to record something. Have Robbie go on a little rant. That's always the best.
Also, the comment I made wouldn't normally be clever enough to, because I usually don't unless there's like a clever wordplay or something. But I went for it only because I knew that Fatongal and Saiku were in the room, so I was kind of baiting either one to do it.
Right. You know, one of the things, the downsides of this new OBS update, whenever I add something, the window that pops up is always like 8K, and I have to stretch it. Like, what's the opposite of stretch? Shrink. There you go. I have to shrink it down every time. It doesn't save it. All right. Just quickly changing one more thing, and then we're good to go. That's... Oof, that's gross. All right, let's get...
What's out?
I just tried to do a better font to match it, but it ended up being just shit-ass font.
Above.
Artie, fine. How you doing? Lightning strikes, and here he is. Thank you so much, Tongs, for being on the ball with that one. One thing up top is I added a new emote. I changed one of them. It should be there. Yeah, for the key changes. So when we do some music and there is a key change, if you know, whatever you want. All right, let's start. Whoa, no loading times. So Steve's old mate here, this lady here, she was basically airing out all the dirty laundry of Nico. Which was fun, I guess. We learned how to actually break into her apartment. Okay, let's see what we've got.
Do you want to stream it to me?
Yes. Good call. All right. There you go. That should be streamed to you now. Here's the hardest part. I'm not really sure what we're meant to be doing next. So let's go see Nico again. We'll have a chat with her, and maybe she'll say, "Hey, George, you dickhead. You meant to go here, right?"
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, George.
We've also tried to shock everybody with the hand buzzer.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
we haven't
Nico,
noticed got
shake
that
hands
too.
with me.
No chance, Buster.
Yeah. Okay, if we click on that, it's going to go into that full cutscene again, which we don't really want to do. I mean, we've gone through all these before, but we'll just do it.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
get the soggy
Fascinating,
tissue.
George.
We've still got the soggy tissue too, so there it is there.
No. How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
The guy being, what was his name? It was something unique. He was known as Khan, but that was a fake name. It was something like Moses or something like that.
Did I show you this matchbook?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Are you sure you've never
There was
heard
something-
of Thomas
Merlin.
Merlin?
Positive.
Rowan, yeah, but with the weird spelling.
Yeah.
I mean, not the wizard spelling.
George never rejects the soggy tissue. It's his badge of honor. That's why he's not getting rid of it.
That is not a good idea.
Ooh. I just had a thought. What if the reason we're carrying around the soggy tissue is we're actually going to use the grease found in the tissue on our own face and wear the nose and become a clown ourselves?
That could be it. Yeah,
I
that'd be
have to
interesting.
go.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobino at the Kron Museum.
Thank you, Nico. Exactly. That's what we wanted. Now, this is grayed out now because we've done everything, so there's still going to be a few things here and there. That's the Musée Kroon. Please, Rougerie. Alright. Detroit become clown. That I'm actually going to go through Detroit at some point as well. It's going to be all about making the robots kill humans. Okay.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill, and the fat falls on the open flame. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled, and it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
I thought he was going to say that with the smell of the burgers, he'll eat more burgers and then get fat and then die. Like that was the angle he was going to go for, but I guess not.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript.
Ooh.
A notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It had been found in Loch Marn at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited.
I guess they have dug on other countries. Not sure if they've done much of Americans because we're in France. There's always these digs at English people. So yeah.
Also,
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No, et no.
Okay.
Did you just set the alarm off? Is that what I'm...
yeah, we touched it on it.
I wonder if we're going to get any random goat sounds. What the fuck?
Glad you didn't see that.
Wait, check this out.
This is oblivious to it each time.
Turn around. He just doesn't care. Culinary, how you doing? Good to see you.
Leave it
Touching
alone.
everything.
That closet is over 3,000 years old.
A closet.
Closet? It's a sarcophagus.
What was I seeing recently where someone did that? It was like touched. But it was with you, wasn't it? Because someone touched a cave painting and it's like
Yeah.
been there for 100,000 years, and then this guy just rubs his fingers all over it.
Was that shithouse movie we watched, Prey? Not the Predator Prey, but the other Prey. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, because it would have been when he was exploring the island.
Yeah, awful film. All right, let's see. Well, we know it's Ireland, so that's good. And Ireland isn't that far away from France. Come on, watch this. Check this out.
Watch
The
out!
significance.
You will have that done on top of us. Watch
The significance
out!
would be that it's the Templar Knights, then going home, which would have been a mixture of Irish and French. So it was British.
Don't even think of climbing in there, monsieur. You'll be suffocated.
Do we have to
I
distract
always
him?
wondered how it felt to be a mummy.
You've seen a person touch a painting in a museum? Wow. That's crazy. Sometimes it looks like there's actually two little circle dots to click on. Let's talk to old mate. Nope, that's not what I meant to do.
Do you have a fetish about closets, monsieur?
I just love the smell of mothballs, I guess.
Sorry again.
Weird.
I don't mind the smell of mothballs.
No, monsieur.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Chemical, like being shut somewhere with that chemical smell.
No, monsieur.
Okay.
Okay. Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Let's talk from across the room.
Are you Lobino?
Oh, no. Fancy you mistaking me for him. No. I am the deputy custodian.
But Lobino does work here.
Work? I wouldn't go so far as to call it that. He studies here most days, but as you can see for yourself, not today.
All right. Do you think he'll take the soggy tissue?
What does this
What if
tool
I'm buzzing
mean to
there?
you?
That
But I
belongs
won't do
in
it
a
then.
museum.
Pardon?
It is a priceless historical artifact, if I am not mistaken.
No, it's a plain old tool for lifting drain covers.
Oh, dumbass.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
I guess not.
He's
Do
just
you
the guy that
recognize
doesn't
this
need to
red
know art.
nose?
I don't think so.
No one wants the soggy tissue. Now, Tongs, if George Stobart came along to you and said, "Hey, do you want this soggy tissue?" You'd take it, right? Just to be polite.
What do you make of this tissue?
It is absolutely disgusting, monsieur.
Okay.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be the duty thing, similar
Have
to
you
the
ever heard
hotel.
of the Club Alamut?
Oh, no. I don't frequent places like that.
Do you recognize this ID pass?
No.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
The sign on the tripod says it was found at a Templar preceptory.
It does?
Yeah. It doesn't mention John Dee at all.
Most remiss.
John
You
D's
don't know
nuts.
anything about the tripod, do you?
No, I don't. I never had much of a start in life, you see. I owe what little education I gained to my uncle. He was an optician, but he also doubled as the village school teacher. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom row of the
A
chart.
100%
Nobody
certified
was
got
for
'em.
him to read, so he left them out.
Right,
Why don't
does
you
that-
start over and
that's an
enroll for adult
optician's
education?
You know,
alphabet
I
thing.
never thought of that. Do you think if I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
Oof.
I mean, you
Brutal.
don't say that.
Didn't even want to soften the blow. He's like, dream on, buddy.
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar, though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to party. No, no, no. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like
Did you
Monsieur
just say the
Lobino.
culinary disaster thing?
Yep. He banned himself, and there he goes.
Can you give me any further information about the tripod?
Certainly, monsieur. It's infamous. That tripod, that belonged to John Dee.
What's the importance of John Dee's tripod?
Dee was the most famous escapologist of the 16th century. The Houdini of his time.
Don't you mean alchemist? Escapologists use ropes, chains, and handcuffs, not tripods.
But whatever he was, that is the tripod he used in his experiments.
What kind of experiments did John Dee perform with his tripod?
Oh, the usual. Didn't you study chemistry at school?
Yeah, but we skipped over thaumatology. Can I take a closer look at the tripod?
What? Get it out of the case? Ah, no! That tripod is protected by a sophisticated surveillance system.
How sophisticated?
A painfully loud alarm bell.
Interesting. So we're gonna have to steal this by working out how to.
How is the alarm
wondering.
bell triggered?
By the slightest pressure on or movement of any part of the case wherein that tripod is situated.
It strikes me that to call your alarm system sophisticated is, well, stretching the truth a little.
It has never failed yet. The sophistication is in its simplicity.
You, Artie, fine. You packed 10 peppers. Serrano. How spicy are they? I'm not too sure. I'm not familiar with the Serrano pepper. But since you're Mr. Spice with your pucky chip in the eye, I'm sure you
Thanks
can handle it.
for your help.
What if we nudge the fish pole, the totem pole, into the glass? Is there maybe a tool I can... Maybe not. Oh, okay. Nice.
It might be something we work out later because we have to like find out a way in the sarcophagus because I'm assuming he's going to hide until nightfall in that.
Oh, yeah. That could work.
Though we'd still need a way to get in without the alarm going off.
If maybe when his back's turned, because that's the thing, you know how like there's always tropes, right? Like in space sims, there's always the escort missions. In this, there's always wait for a person to be looking in a different direction.
Yeah. That's not
There we
super
go.
common. Oh, jeez. That's not super common. A lot of point and clicks don't do it at all, but Monkey Island is the one I usually think of with that. With the cook.
Yes. Oh,
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
He just gets out again.
I thought it got locked. That click noise. All right. I'm gonna save it.
Get in there, but he's not going to wait till nightfall.
I thought it was gonna be like a Sierra style death.
Where he can't get out, locked shut, he can't get out and it's soundproof. And he just dies of starvation or lack of air.
Why isn't that working? I'm spelling it wrong.
No O? Yeah.
There we go. Has there been a death yet? I don't think so, but I definitely know there are deaths in this game.
Okay. Did we get... No. It was the last game. I'm thinking of us getting a death recently and it was like shocking. Because it was... It was Indiana Jones. That might have been the one I was surprised there was a death.
Oh, there was constant.
Don't open it. Remember the burning cattle.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, now maybe we push this instead. Oh, it was the window clicking, not the sarcophagus clicking. Okay.
Okay.
Carl, that sounds amazing. American style pizza, what's that? Just Domino's? Maybe there's something outside we haven't really fully...
American just means not Italian, isn't it? It's the round, heavy style pizza. Domino's is more American than regular American style pizza.
We'll be here for hours. I'm going to quickly go back to the apartment now that we know about Ireland. Ah, okay, there we go.
Hi. I've been to the Kroon Museum.
Did you speak to Lobino?
No, he wasn't there.
Ah, that sounds good.
Let's take another
Oh
look at the
shit, I
manuscript.
clicked the wrong one. Or maybe we can do...
Look there, two guys on the same horse.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Where's the... Remember how we said, oh, this was in the manuscript, the arch thing that we just saw in the museum. I don't see it anywhere.
There's a guy working
I
on a
don't remember
loom. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Oh, so that's a tripod.
Oh, yeah, this would be it here, for sure.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be
Oh,
enlightened.
Americana, yeah.
Yeah, or some shit. Yeah, the Americano is, there's actually quite a few sort of nationality pizzas here. Americano is just usually just pepperoni, sometimes with peppers as well. Then you've got the Hawaiian, which is obviously just ham and cheese and pineapple. Then the Australian, which for some reason just has an egg cracked in the center. Don't know why that is.
Yeah, it's just ham with egg cracked in the center.
Yep. Mexican is just spice and peppers for some reason. Nothing really out of the ordinary unless you go to a more gourmet place that has like avocado and things like that as well.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Loch Marn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Oof.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Picram's gem is important, why don't you visit Loch Marn?
Sweet.
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly?
What? Come on, American.
Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Making barbecue sauce base with the mozzarella and the vegetarian chicken, red onion. That sounds great, actually. Sounds really good. Where is Ireland? Yeah.
The comment about I write for it, that serves him right. I was thinking that serves him right for necking hair.
Mm. Oh, there you
I
go.
have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
So I wonder if Nico is the one that... We'll go back to the museum quickly. Oh, here we go. To the aeroport.
Let's go quickly grab something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
So this might be a Nico thing then, maybe. Alright, off to the airport we go. We'll quickly save before we leave. Oop, can't. There you go, Americans. That's where Ireland is. Few hours.
I passed the castle on the way into Loch Marn. The castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
3D.
Uh,
Cool. All I did was click on the fly to Ireland. McDevitt's food. Oh, I remember this.
I tugged at the trapdoor. but it was locked from the inside.
Let's see what's on the menu. Nope,
I
guess
can't
not.
come out of there.
Let's talk to this gov. He'll want our tissue.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
Oh, I didn't check my... No, I did check my inventory. Hopefully I got my soggy tissue.
I'm George Stobart, and I'm with the good guys.
You're a head case, mister. A few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run from me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine.
Presumption?
Chopped firewood for father.
I think it's a fake towel and it shows because he said the wrong word. I think he meant consumption.
Me too, but I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Can we shake hands?
Give me your hand.
Get lost.
Oh, come on. I just want to show you a little trick.
No way, mister. I don't do tricks. Father Mahoney told me I'd burn in hell if I did.
I just want to shake your hand, that's all.
No way.
What?
What do you think this tool is used for?
Lifting drains.
Dead right. How did you know that?
Work experience course at school. It gives me a choice of going down the drains or up the chimney.
You're kidding.
What? You traveled back to the 1600s as well as to Ireland?
Do you recognize this matchbook, McGuire?
No, sir. I never seen it before in my life.
Ever heard of Thomas Merlin? Or the Gruber
With
Electronics
consumption
Corporation?
and going up chimneys?
No.
Oh, we got the tissue. We're going to save the tissue for last.
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character. No, I never seen him.
It's weird. The audio mix is all over the place, as we know with the vocals, but those music swells are so loud.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone wearing one of these?
Sure. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It's a clown's nose. I was almost killed by the guy who wore it.
You should have told the cops.
I'm not putting my
I
lips
did.
on that.
They weren't interested.
You should run tests on that, mister. You could identify the murderer with a sample of his snot.
Yuck. I don't think so.
I don't think it's snot in that tissue, boy. Oh, it's not grayed out.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh, because it was the nose, not the tissue. My bad.
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No.
And
It's
murderous
locked up.
clowns
Does
and
anyone
murderous
live there?
mimes.
No. Only,
And
what do you
penguins.
want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No.
What is it you're covering up? Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Loch Man.
Ooh.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was
Worst.
coming
Okay.
from inside the castle.
Did you find out
I
what
think the
was
killer's
making
going
the
to dress up
noise
as
in
a
the castle?
ghost next.
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but my legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on my arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. Did this
Jesus.
clown see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
What?
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Films.
See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Okay. This guy looks like a human version of, you know, that cartoon Arthur?
With the rabbit.
Is he a rabbit?
My name's George.
Pleased to
I'm
meet
not
you,
sure,
mister.
but I think
My
I know
name's Fitzgerald.
roughly.
What do you
Not a
think this
kid.
tool is used for?
Something to do with horses?
Wrong. It's for opening manhole covers.
Oh,
Really? Well, you learn something every
It's
day.
COVID spread around the corner.
yeah.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Getting
What does
close to
this
the
red
tissue.
nose suggest to you?
Blood.
Why's that?
I used to bleed a lot when I was a kid. Every time there was a playground scrap, I'd end up with a bloody nose. I wouldn't have minded, but I wasn't even involved in the scraps.
What does this tissue suggest to you?
Nothing.
Shake my hand.
It's a trick, isn't it?
Damn it, you're right. I can't seem to fool anyone. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
No.
Check out this pass.
Thomas Merlin? No.
Kinda looks like
Never
this.
heard of him.
Yuck.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little uns fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
Broke
You
his
haven't
head.
been up there recently?
Was that the ghost who we talked to outside?
Do you know
She
Professor
talked about
Pegram?
falling off the wall
He's
as
the
well.
archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right. Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
Is this a beer?
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all. I'm on tablets for my nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
See you later.
What is this?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Okay, just steal it, no problem.
Of course we grabbed it.
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopolian Stout builds body.
Alright, the fiddler. Can we shake his hand?
He wasn't listening.
What about this guy?
Hello there. My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Alright.
Beam me up, O'Brien.
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that. I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh no, I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
I'd say it was for lifting manhole covers.
Oh, spot on.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
Does this red nose suggest anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, tissue time.
What do you make of this tissue?
I guess that muck on it is grease paint.
Wow. This guy knows everything.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Mr. O'Brien.
Oh, no, you don't.
Does this towel mean anything to you?
Sure, it's one of Leary's towels. Are you planning on stealing it?
Just borrowing it, if you must know. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The design is Middle Eastern, I'd say.
What can you tell me about this ID pass?
Gruber Electronics. I've never heard of it.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do. What do you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
Oh, poor guy.
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I most certainly have. A remarkable institution. Did you know? They were the originators of our system of credit. Their financial empire stretched from the Atlantic to the Caspian Sea. With bases in so many countries, they had to establish new methods of fiscal transfer.
So, the Knights Templar were nothing but a bunch of bankers.
I don't get it. Are you saying these Templar guys invented bank charges?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose they did.
What a dirty trick. Didn't anyone try to stop them?
Oh yes, they were arrested and many were burnt at the stake.
Good. They bloody well deserved it if they were anything like my bank manager.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine sight now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
How can I get into the castle?
Well, those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now, there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up by an Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Professor Pegram, the same man who dug up the gem.
Are you a controversy or controversy kind of person? Like I'm
controversy.
Yeah.
Controversy.
Me too.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that. But he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dawn.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmarn. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down, we can get back to normal.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Why? No.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
I wonder how I got all these things through customs, and then I'm also wondering that if we get the gem, how are we going to get that through customs?
Why is Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticate. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Gross. That's really gross.
Goodbye for now.
Last thing we want to do is talk to this guy with the burn sides, but we'll talk to... I suppose we'll got this guy as well.
Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Is it the same actor? Maybe.
What do you make of this tool?
Sounds like him. He's just doing another voice.
manhole covers.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
What does this false nose mean to you?
No. You're a clown.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
No, boss.
May I shake your hand?
No, you can't.
Well, how come?
Because I'll spill me beer if you do.
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards of the Vatican itself.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No.
Does this security pass mean anything to you?
Well, no.
Do you ever find, like in movies and things, when there's subtitles, that it kind of ruins it sometimes because you know what is going to be said before it actually happens?
Yeah, you can see your head, yeah.
Do you know
There's no
Professor
dialogue, but
Pegram?
I've felt that.
Do I
Like
know
when
him?
there's a
Do I
important
know the
subject
good
at the end of
professor
the
himself? No,
subtitle.
I don't. I mean, I know who he is, but I don't know him to talk to.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pot. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavored condoms, more likely.
Oh, Jesus.
Out of all the things you could pick.
Did anyone from the village work at Pegram's dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who? Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick.
Same again. Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
Just a pint this time? What was he drinking before that?
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
Maybe
I
it's
can
other times
picture
he's
the
conned
scene as if
someone
it
and
was
it's
only
been
last
more.
week. Come to think of it,
So he's just saying he's
only
only
last
do it
week.
once.
Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He just joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
That's right. Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Bye for
Kind
now.
of reminds me of like basically just a more knowledgeable and competent version of Cliff from Cheers.
Haven't seen Cheers. I'm gonna ask him about the towel before we talk.
Mr. Fitzgerald? Ever seen this towel before?
Doesn't it belong on the bar?
Very observant, Fitzgerald. Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he?
Oh.
So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Well, what do you know? My name is George Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Don't run away.
What?
Whoops.
Oh! You run over?
Hey, I just seen a big red.
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out!
Recorded from the other room.
Yeah.
Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy maker.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
We should go out to see.
In a bit, but still got some people to talk to.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something?
Except he's
Or you
Irish.
just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Sure.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the Undertaker comes to collect him.
Here's something which might interest you.
It doesn't.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, it develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you the art of pugilism? Doyle.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Never mind.
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
What's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Do you reckon that's old Ron? I bet it is. There needs to be a supercut of all the tissue giving we've done.
Hey, bartender?
Landlord, if you don't mind.
Sorry. Shake my hand, why don't you?
Now, why should I do that? What have you got up your sleeve?
Nothing. Come on, just shake my hand.
Not just now, mister. I have to be careful on account of the health restrictions.
Oh, jeez. May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can, on one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner, with the hygiene problem.
Do you recognize this matchbook?
No, sir.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
No. Should I?
Nah, it was a long shot. Have you served any, clowns recently?
No. You're the first today.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of
One
real
glass
ale?
of beer, thank you.
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
One thing you guys might not know about Steve, but he is an avid beer drinker.
Exactly the opposite.
Look, I gotta be going.
Alright, old Ron.
So, Ray Ron plays cards sometimes. Reminds me
Hi
of
there, old-timer.
it's a movie I watched recently, and he goes into a bar. It's like a cop,
Nasty cold you got there.
and
As soon as the words left
the guy's
my
playing
lips,
cards at the
I
table.
regretted them.
Is there such a
And
thing
the
as a
cop
cold
sits at
which
the
isn't
table
nasty?
and goes,
I
"Do
put
me
the
in."
question to Father
And
Mahoney.
he just looks at him and goes,
Father,
"I'm playing
says I,
solitaire."
Why were we born to suffer snot?
It's a really
What did he
stupid joke,
say?
but it
He
actually
said
got me.
it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner, pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. Tis the hay fever.
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
That joke you said the other day at my place was very good, Steve.
Yeah, I
Go
don't
on.
usually get a good reaction from a clean joke too.
Yeah, it's because you're so known to be one of the filthiest filth bags in the cosmos, that when something clean passes your lips, then it's something to pay attention.
Can you identify this tool?
No. I can't kill without me careful.
What does this red nose mean to you?
Nothing.
He hasn't been coughing and sneezing. Ooh, he might need the tissue.
You could make use of this tissue.
Never use them. Those things are unhygienic.
It's one of
Wasn't
those
too
people.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it. Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
Gross.
What
He
does this
gets told by
matchbook
the
mean to you?
barkeeper not to do
Nothing.
that.
Go away and stop bothering me.
I can smell cooking from the kitchen, and it smells like olives.
Take a look at this ID card.
I don't know anything about it.
Can I buy you a beer?
Very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarn Castle is haunted.
That's what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure. With me very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible. A wee stunted beast, long beak, straggly, flappy wings.
What?
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
The old
Neither of those have
skunk.
wings.
In Lochmarn? That'll be the day. No, that was a ghost, to be sure.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
Right.
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh,
Ha! So everyone thought it was the Phantom. And I guess he was flapping his arms as he was losing balance.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover peels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
I'm nervous. I don't think that's the human he's talking about.
I'll see you later.
Alright, I think we've done everything in here. I think one last fiddle, and then we'll go outside and see how old... Oh, hang on. Maybe we need to take it, actually.
He wasn't listening.
The fact that he put it... It's the old Monkey Island thing. Was it Monkey Island? It was, right? Where they pick up their beer and you take the...
Monkey Island had the thing where at the time you needed the beer mugs, the place was abandoned. And you're just grabbing them so you can transfer grog from the grog barrel to the prison bars.
It was a short piece of wire, twisted into a rough circle. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe it's a shocker.
Alright, here goes. Oh.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I, and I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass, but the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes.
That was a leprechaun.
He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
There we go. Merlin's back.
Costume killer.
Let's see what this is. I know we could probably talk more information, but I want to see.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
I thought it was...
Grey?
What's that?
Maybe with the grey? I guess the wire with the grey?
I tugged at the trap
I guess it
door,
doesn't necessarily make
but
sense.
it was locked
Like
from
a
the inside.
lockpick or something.
I was thinking to pull it up, but I guess it's not an issue of pulling up, it's an issue of not having the strength to lift it.
Yeah. 1 second.
Hey, McGuire.
What?
Guys, I'll be right back in 1 second. Yeah, just a bathroom break. Steve, if you want to vamp or get a drink, now's the time.
There's a game I've got I was thinking of starting next called Alyssa or Eliza. It's Eliza with an A, but it's a game based off the old, what's built on the old Resident Evil engine, the first one. So I haven't looked up why it exists, like whether it's done by the same developers or whether it's a mod hack or whether it's just you could actually make a game on their engine, but I got that on Steam and I was going to try that next. So the game itself doesn't have like Resident Evil stuff in it, it's just based off the engine, and the few things I've seen of it, it's kind of distinctive, like the using a door and it's got that loading animation of the door opening before you go into the next one, and the way the character moves too. So I was going to try that. Is there anything anyone else is playing or is about to play? Looking forward to?
That's a standard ass knock. Okay. start organizing the t-shirts a little bit better. Oh, okay, so that's the work outfit there as well. Well, if they're underwear, then I guess she doesn't have socks then.
Oh yeah,
It's one
I've
of
been
them.
hearing about that. The fortnight haul at least. Haven't heard 100 days.
Super wholesome.
Yeah. Oh, can we
So
ride
Fortnite's,
Amanda? Look at this.
if I can tell, it's much different from the old, just a PUBG style game or the Battle Royale.
I'm gonna move out of the way, just so that we can get a proper camera angle here.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there's a VSync bug. See how easy it is for you?
No, that's because of my skill level. What are you talking about?
Oh shit,
Mate, I am the
Mate, I'm gonna
freaking
shove
button.
this stick up your ass.
I am the button mashing king.
And the bit just came off after finishing Exapunks for the second time, which is like a programming game.
Cool. I think we did it.
You have to program in fake assembly language, but you're coding up these kind of like agents in an agent-oriented system where
That's awesome.
you have like little agents that are jumping from network to do stuff. Copying data or modifying. Yeah, by Zachtronics.
Now here's a weird fucking door.
Addy fine.
Okay, yeah.
Good timing. I got so confused because I don't remember what that was from.
I mean, yeah, to the fort building stuff.
Oh, you get perfect timing. Holy crap. That was excellent.
Oh, he's come back! No one!
It's a
And I am back. Did y'all miss me? Just grabbed my dinner. Tacos, big tacos, delicious. All right. What do you guys think of my be right back screen? That's new. I don't think I've ever really used that. Normally I'm pretty good for a stream, but yeah, just had to pop out. Good times, good times. All right.
What do you make of this, kid?
Hey, that's one of Leary's towels. He'll skin you alive.
That old windbag doesn't scare me. Anyhow, I'm only borrowing it.
You're pretty cool, mister. For an old guy.
What do you think this wire could be used for?
Stealing cars. There's only one problem.
The local policeman?
No. Nobody in Lochmarn got a car.
Did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
That was saying someone at
He
the
was wearing a stupid
guys
mask.
at his old work.
Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but
Sort of
I'm
being
not.
pranksters, but also like one of them, the sales guy like visited the plant and did something to piss them off. And so he said, I got a spatula and went out to the guy's car and put the spatula down the window, and I've gone, okay, so it's obviously to get in it and do something. And now it was to peel back the seal and then pee into the actual door. It's like,
What? Who did this?
guy at Dad's work. It's a salesman's car. But yeah, it's like, it was clever because it's like something you'd never find if you did it so that there's no trace afterwards. I don't know if you'd even find it, and as well as smelling, that's just gotta rot all the metal of the door.
That's so gross.
Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Maybe the package fell somewhere out of sight. See you later, kid.
Okay, mister.
Maybe I can go around the back. Oh, there's that way. Do this again.
Can't even make out what it is.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
No, with that attitude it was.
What was that? Did you see that sign just then? What was that?
A combined symbol, was it? Because you hovered over the red nose, yeah.
Maybe not.
Oh, what if we do... No. Okay.
I was going to say to use the wire with it, but then I realized it's the logic of the game, it could be electrified, but those things aren't actually electrified.
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, no, what if I was to say
They're
no?
in Ireland.
An
Of course he would.
implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Is it used on sheep?
No, it's for lifting the covers off drains.
Never. How?
Well, the end of the tool fits into the hole in the cover.
They'd slip out. Angles are wrong. You'd never do it.
I have. I did it in Paris. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, but I wouldn't trust him. His eyes are too close together.
Huh?
Does this false nose mean anything to you?
You're a circus clown.
What do you make of this tissue?
That's a sorry sight to wave about in public.
Would you
I've
like to
heard that
shake my
before.
hand?
What is this? I don't do that male bonding stuff.
Have you any use for this towel?
Whatever gave you that idea? Oh dear me, no.
What do you make of this matchbook?
Seems ordinary enough to me.
Do you recognize the name on this card?
I can't read that little writing.
Does this curiously twisted piece of wire mean anything to you?
Oh dear. Now what would you be wanting with a cruel snare like that?
Oh, it's not mine. It belongs to the old guy in the bar.
Ah yes, it would.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Yeah, I suppose he could just be a Gaelic speaker.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari.
Don't
His
know
name
the
is
one.
Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him.
There's
all
no one
right.
that just speaks
That's my
Gaelic.
nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay car.
I learned it because it's part of the
killed by
heritage,
the car?
but I still
Oh no,
speak
but
English
he
as a
has been abducted.
Well,
first language.
that's a relief now.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle.
his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvellous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
I was expecting a puzzle.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
I think we're gonna climb it first thing.
Break our head.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
What do... Surely this could... Oh yeah!
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step. I tugged at the lifting key and found it was held quite securely.
What an awesome tool. Oh, hello.
There's the goat.
There he is.
Something's been had his sound files mixed up.
Confused me again. What is this thing? Oh, good call. Save icon.
Oh.
Oh, luckily it didn't
The
kill.
rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Woof. Why did that scary music play again? Interesting.
Could it be that's the sound effect that got mixed up?
Yeah, it would have to be.
Like that bar was, at the times we heard that, it was supposed to be a scary... Dunno.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it could be the man disguised as the goat, for sure. Ooh, some sort of puzzle needs to go in his back.
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand.
That's good though, because it's made an imprint.
As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
Sure has. Is this plaster of Paris over here?
As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was. Plaster of Paris. I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints.
Here's a tip for you. If you ever want to make a mold of something, something that's on your person, like your hand, don't use plaster of Paris because the chemical reaction will burn the shit out of you. I found this out the hard way when I was making masks, the Jason Voorhees masks.
Mix it with water?
I don't have any water, but we've got the bar towel.
Maybe not.
Anything else?
I reached into the sack, but it was empty.
And we'd need a receptacle as well. Maybe outside in the trough?
I tried in vain to move the panel.
Not that exact one, Artie Fine. I was working with fiberglass. So I wanted to make a kind of like a slush mold out of plaster first.
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened.
It's oh, maybe this is how we do it. We look first, then we do it. There we go.
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled. It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I squeezed the towel as hard as I could.
Oh, damn.
But it was barely damp.
Okay. We need to find a place for water then. We may have to go back to the bar, I think.
Pushing with all my strength got me nowhere. They didn't budge. I really need to start working out.
Ooh, this is water. Nope. No water there. Need to find a tap or a faucet.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I borrow this towel?
You can keep it.
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff
Maybe
made?
we can
That's the
pour it on the
secret
towel.
of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm
Cost that they
sorry,
used on
but
a vet.
the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
The glass water.
Does this...
I'm not interested.
It just so
That's what he gives
happens
a beer after
I'm
a
an
while.
electrician. Check out my credentials.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Ha, here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer.
Okay.
And when you finish that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Are we going to get like another puzzle? What's a vet, Thomas?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. It was an electric glass washer.
Oh, come on.
It looked even older than the barman.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, I know what you mean now.
It was an electric glass washer. It looked even older than the barman.
Maybe we can take all the goodies out of this?
The plastic cover had been smashed and broken away, revealing a switch. It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
What are we missing?
There was a vacant look on his cow-like face that said quite clearly, "Nobody home."
Thank you so much for stopping by, Carl. Until next time.
The guy sat in the corner as if he was a permanent fixture. I'd been taught not to judge people by their appearance or their clothes or the length of their hair. Nobody ever said anything about runny noses.
Oh, hang on. There's a switch over here. Didn't see that.
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring. I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions.
Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on my hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen. I pulled the lever and the bolt creaked back into place.
Oh no, that's the way. Said there was a flashlight down here somewhere.
It was the lever which locked the trap door.
Oh, over here.
It was the lever which locked the trap door. I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
I wonder if that is open the grate upstairs now. Might quickly go up there. There we go.
I lifted the trap door and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Who's this guy?
Push this guy in.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually
Get
associated
away.
with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
I think there's a parcel around here we can find.
Yeah, we saw it bounce in the cutscene. It bounced down here, but now that we've got light, we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, okay. I must have missed that in the cutscene.
How did you find
Now I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door.
Oh, and there's the water as well. Excellent.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid.
I couldn't
So a
betray
few
Mr.
times it is
Leary's
supposed to be
trust.
audio. I have an audio problem.
For sure, that old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Fair.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Right, time to wet this up.
The slow drip of water barely dampened the towel.
Oh, come on now.
It was a rusty faucet.
Is up.
It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words
Nice.
Nagopaline Stout.
Speaking of rural and fast internet, the fiber company ran the line to utility pole yesterday. There they'll splice it up and soon they'll schedule your setup. That is so good. You'll truly be Robert of the internet then, for sure. Gigabit. Oh, man. Can you imagine going from what you had earlier?
We can knee deep in porn in no time.
Fuck off, Steve.
We need to... How are we going to unrust this?
It was a rusty faucet.
Is it is that towel's not wet? Like, is that just flavor text, or is it that he couldn't wet the towel at all?
Kind of felt that way.
I just took it to mean it's not.
The slow drip of water barely dampened the towel.
Okay.
Unless it can... He said to fix the pumps, but I don't even see any pumps in here.
You look at the towel now. Like, does he mention it's wet, or is he?
No, he
There's
doesn't.
a rectangle of toweling printed with the words Nagopaline Stout builds body.
No, he doesn't
Some
want to
clown-
wet the tissue.
Some clown grease to grease it up.
Oh. Oh, yeah. It didn't work, though. That would have been a good idea. Maybe we can talk to him.
It was more of a joke because you'd just done it, but I knew it wouldn't work.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
It could be like the door thing. I don't know.
Check out my card.
I've seen it, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, it's dog.
I found
Yeah,
your
it's dog's
flashlight.
lady, and she just tells
So
you
I
how
see
you're
it.
supposed to operate the door.
You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Does this gem mean anything to you?
Phew.
Yes, Sean, about.
What a beauty. I bet you wish that was real, don't you?
Yeah.
Look, I gotta be going.
How are we going to lube up?
Hello again.
What?
What do you make of this white powder?
Cocaine.
Ah! Hay fever.
What do you think of this flashlight?
Very useful. That could be very handy in the dark. How much do you want for it?
It's not for sale. It belongs to Leary. What does this gem mean to you?
Well, well. Would you look at that? Pretty.
Do you recognize it?
No.
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe's. Rabbit, that's what gets my juices flowing.
Jesus.
I'll see you later.
Unless we close the grate. Oh no, now it's still showing this.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
That's no longer usable, okay.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
Old mate Winter at the bar.
Do you recognize this white powder?
No, I don't.
What do you think of this flashlight?
It's not very bright, is it?
I could say the same about some of the present company.
Oh, that's true. Don't let him hear you. Keep it under your hat, mister.
That flashlight, like your brain, Dial, is not switched on.
That's why it's not bright.
Do you recognize this gem?
Saints be praised. It must be worth a fortune.
Bye for now.
A 100% certified
Mr.
god.
O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
What do you make of this white powder?
Could it be bicarbonate of soda?
What do you think of this flashlight?
It's not a very practical piece of equipment, is it?
It's not switched on.
I'm referring to the lack of a bracket. How would you be fixing that to your bicycle?
I don't have
Do
a
we use
bicycle.
that? That doesn't make sense. Do we use the powder on the sink?
Yeah, I think we tried that. I'll try it again though.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Oh no.
Thank the Lord.
Already told him though.
I have a suspicion that Fitzgerald might have been given something by Pegram.
I thought he acted strangely.
I'm talking about the gem. It was something he said.
Were you not speaking to him when he ran out of the bar?
Yeah, sure. Just talking, that's all. Goodbye for now.
Guess it's just a coaster on the table here.
Yeah.
Can't click that to close it either. Maybe we can use the torch.
I think I just had the sort of memory link up when he referred to it as bicarb soda. It's like, oh, that would work on Rust, and then I realized it's definitely not bicarb soda because it's Pastor of Paris. Pastor of Paris.
Let's try everything. I doubt we've got anything that can.
I got excited because that's one thing I did think of things that clear Rust. I'm not completely sure. I think it does help a bit.
The slow drip of water barely dampened the towel.
I wonder if we should try it. Just. Yeah, I don't know.
Try what?
As in, take the towel back.
Yeah, maybe it. He's just misdirecting us.
Just wash the gem. Nothing else.
The other thing that would work in real life is there's some sort of container putting it under the trip so that a container slowly fills up and then later on you come back to it and you've got water.
Hey, McGuire.
What?
Do you know what this white powder is?
No.
What do you think of my flashlight?
It's a torch. That's what we call it on this side of the Atlantic.
Want a closer look at the gem, McGuire?
You'd better hide that, mister. What if the pixie comes back? You'll be in trouble then.
I don't believe in pixies. Underneath that costume is a psychotic killer.
Smart.
That much better though.
See you
than
later,
a pixie.
kid.
Okay, mister.
You get the code to spit on the towel.
I squeezed the towel as hard as I could, but it was barely damp.
We can't do something with the goat?
There was a pattern of 5 holes arranged on the wall. They'd been drilled there deliberately. The sack contained a fine white powder.
Nowhere else we can go?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Look, I gotta be going. He wasn't listening. Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien.
Hello there. What now?
Goodbye for now. Hey!
Hello there again, mister.
Bye for now. It was a rusty faucet.
Go back. I did actually look something up. See you back in the... Oh yeah, so click the faucet.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Are you talking now? 'Cause I can't hear you.
Jeez, that's crazy. That's embarrassing.
I was thinking I'll load up the thing, or at least see if there's something we're really missing. I won't say anything unless you ask. So just to preload it, so I'm ready if you do ask.
I held the towel
And then when I
under
saw
the
it, it's
faucet
like,
and
holy
soaked
shit.
it with water.
To be fair, though, the game should be smart
I
enough
shut off
to...
the faucet as tight as I
A
could.
100% certified got him.
That's ridiculous. And also with the text to say it was a rusty faucet makes you think that it's jammed.
Whereas that was just flavor text.
Okay. Let's pretend that didn't happen. We're super smart dudes over here. We got it in one.
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster. I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue. The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
Ooh. Oh, actually. Too late now. Should probably save it.
So it's weird things like that working automatically. Like Indiana Jones is probably the worst case, but like it seems normal, but like it's almost Star Trek's level of doors opening automatically in what should be a hundreds of years old thing.
I had messages waiting to be played.
You have 3 messages.
Hey, Collard, it's me, your favorite editor. Guess what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I need somebody to write the TV column. Pays lousy, so what's new? If you're interested, drop by the office. In fact, drop by the office anyway. We have to talk, Nico. That story of yours I spiked. It won't go away. You've made some dangerous enemies out there.
Hey, Nico, it's your old pal. I mean, your new pal, George. Whoa, Ireland. It's a whole different country. And I got some amazing news for you. Gem of a story, in fact. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, fella here's got a drink lined up for me. See you tomorrow, Nico. Slonsha. Yep, only here for a day and I'm speaking the lingo like a local.
Mademoiselle Coulard, this is Imelda Carshall. I wanted to thank you for being so understanding when... Come to lunch, why don't you? Tomorrow. I might have more news. There's a Monsieur Merlon coming to see me this evening. He says he knows why Pierre was murdered. In fact, he'll be here shortly. I shall let you know what he says. Goodbye, dear girl. Till tomorrow.
Merlin? Oh my God. Merlin's the killer. I better get over there and warn her now. When it came to being two-faced, Imelda was up there with the best. I owed her nothing, but I couldn't just let her die.
Interesting. I was under the impression that
I arrived to find the Palais Royal courtyard deserted.
that it was
I only
Imelda
hoped
was
that
in
I'd
on it.
beaten the assassin here. I had to warn Imelda before it was too late.
Unless this is them trying to kill me.
Fixed
There we go.
tight. Presumably to stop critics stealing it. Who else would want to? It was held in place by wires. Maybe it wasn't art after all. Maybe it was a cell phone transmitter. People say, what's the point of modern art? I say, isn't it obvious? If only I could get up to the window.
This is a ladder here.
Yeah.
Must be you have to...
Just your average modern art retaining wire.
Do I have
I
any...
cut it so that it forms like a ramp.
Yeah, we don't really have any cutting tools.
Just your average modern art retaining wire. It was held in place by one.
Maybe we use it to get down rather than...
Or we just have to go in and do some stuff, and when we get blocked is when she'll have the tool to cut it. We'll
Locked?
get up there.
No way was I going to break through a door like that. The intercom system wasn't working. Bad sign.
Now
Somebody
maybe she...
had cut the wire.
Now maybe she'll climb it. Now that she knows there's no other way.
If only I could get up to the window. It was held in place by wires.
Same thing. Not really... I mean, let's lockpick the wire. Yeah, exactly. Let's bullet case the wire. So far the bullet... No. Can't think of any... The one thing I didn't do is left click it, just like the sink.
The first wire.
So if I ever get stuck on something, always remember I should left click on it.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
released
that's a
the
good whip
second
sound.
wire. Even with both wires removed, the statue remained upright.
Oh shit.
It was held in place by wires.
Not anymore.
No.
Oh yeah, left click. Forgot to do it again.
If I could deconstruct this, I could deconstruct anything. The plastic sheet was thick and strong. I'd need more than my hands to tear it. No.
Bullet casing.
No.
Yes! Holy shit, this bullet casing is...
Oh, it's like a multi-tool. We're gonna get in the same way the mine did.
Yep.
Weird that she had 3 messages when apparently she hasn't left that room.
Well, also, we never heard George leave a voicemail either.
So I guess there is, a time skip, because that was him leaving the country. Because he had a gem of a story.
My God, I'm too late.
She'll be okay. Is she sweet?
Imelda. Oh no.
Nico?
Don't worry, you're going to be all right.
You know that isn't true.
It was Merlin, wasn't it?
Dressed as a cavalier. How absurd.
As in
You
the
came to
dog.
warn me, didn't you?
I must be crazy.
Let me see you, Nico.
All this time you were just using me. Which one is the real Imelda?
You are an extraordinary girl. Thierry would have been so proud of you.
You didn't know my father.
So like him. Something about the eyes. I wish we'd had time to get to know each
other. Is that her mum?
She was gone. She cheated me, lied
Sort
to
of
me,
wanted that for a second,
used
but
me. But why?
don't think so. I think she just knew the father more than she let on before.
would.
Even in death, Imelda looked the same.
Fatality.
Beautiful, inscrutable. The Ice Queen alone in her ice palace.
Let's steal her shit.
I opened it. Inside was a tiny gold key.
We lift her eyes up like her husband.
I just close them again and then open
I
them.
took the key. I had to leave. I knew I could never
You know what that
return.
quick key's for? Do you remember?
What's that?
Do you remember what that key's for?
Yes. A little elephant box. And in there will be like a birth certificate to say it was...
In the dim light, I caught the reflection of something metallic. A small, sinister-looking metal disc had been tucked under my father's box. It was a bug. Oh, chère cousine. You left me a little present. You shouldn't have.
So we just
Another
left it on there earlier? Go out of screen.
You don't scare me. Especially... The box was carved by my father. It never had a key. The elephant on the lid was a perfect match to Carchon's. I took out the key.
There we go.
I couldn't believe it. Imelda's key opened my father's box. I dreaded what I was going to find inside.
Oh, there's a third part to that picture.
It was a photograph of Imelda. But why here? In my father's box? I felt as if a black hole had swallowed me up. Imelda and Carchon grinning. While behind them a village was being razed to the ground. Its people butchered. And there, next to them, staring out at me across the years, my own father.
That's not smiling.
There was a letter. I feared there was even worse to come.
Is it a cipher?
Hotel St. Georges, Algiers, Friday. My darling Thierry, by the time you read this, you'll be safely out of Africa. You need not fear. Pierre and the organization do not know who you're really working for, or about us. Did you think I would betray you? I could not. You wanted me to leave him, but I don't have your courage. I know too much of what has been going on here. They would find me and they would kill us both. Enjoy your life in Paris, Thierry. Your life of honor, of patriotic duty. Do they give medals to spies? No, they'll just give you a funny job in an embassy somewhere. I could never share that with you. Imagine me, a diplomat's wife. So I must stay here with Pierre, the two of us bound together by what we have done to this country. Au revoir, my love. You will be in my heart until I die. Imelda. Suddenly everything made sense. My father had been working undercover for the government. He was one of the good guys after all.
It's... The government is the ones doing
He and
the bad
Imelda
things
must
in
have fallen in
Algiers.
love. She'd found out who he really was, so he had to leave. It had broken her heart, but she had never revealed it to anyone. I knew I couldn't either. Whatever he was doing, he'd had good reason to keep it secret. I decided I would respect that and tell nobody.
Nice. Oh, she was there the whole night.
I knew it was George. For a moment I was tempted to pretend that I was out, or ask him to go away and come back later. But then... Come in.
Hello, George.
Those sound studios.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's. I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead.
And you say Pegram has disappeared?
Without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Oh.
Pegram's gem?
The Templar's gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Interesting. He said that he spent the night with a dead guy. I don't remember that.
No.
Weird.
Look, Nico, a handful of plaster.
Yeah. Why is it that men never really grow up?
What's your problem, sister?
Your pockets stuffed with useless junk like little boys.
You never know when useless junk might come in handy.
Get that printed on a t-shirt.
Do you want to look after the gem?
No, George. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
He does. George is the king of adventure games.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. There's a guy working on a loom.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse. What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Where did that picture come from? It's... Oh.
Yeah, I don't know that either. So I was wondering about that, and then we saw the inventory, and it's not there.
It's almost like there's like a bit missing.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lobinot at the Kron Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
I so much wanted to talk to George about everything that had happened, but I knew I never could. My father's connection to Africa would have to remain a secret forever. His bravery would be known only to the government and to me. Revealing it would just damage his memory.
Sounds like
people would take the story and twist it. Before long, he would be the villain and Carchon would be the hero. I know how they do that. I'm a journalist.
Sweet. All right, we'll go to the museum again, and we'll save it here, and we'll call it. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching once again. Got a lot done today, I think. At least we got like part of the Templar, thing. And thank you very much, Steve, as well.
Is that progress to the left?
Is what?
There's 2 ticks and 4 crosses. Is that progress? Or what is that?
I don't know. Oh, what's this? You know what? Let's look at that next time. Whatever that is. We'll look at that next time. That's what we'll start off. Remember? We'll start off by clicking those things.
Yep. We've got for the recap, it's the gem, and Ireland, and looking through the photos. I guess those are all photos.
Absolutely. Cool. All right, everyone. Until next time. As for Saturday morning stream, rather than Rocksmith this time, I think I might start found footage again with that new game, House of Ashes, I think it's called. Never played it, never even seen any of it, so that'll be exciting. So we can get some of that under our belt.
Yeah,
but yeah,
maybe the second tick might be the hanged man.
Oh, maybe. We'll find out next time. Cool. All right, guys. See you later.
See you, everyone.